Morning, guys. Simple way to lock in your good habits. Quick introduction. Friday, spoke about my habits and motivation was low, tired, but it was all good. Monday can be a different story. You've slept better, spent some time with your family, you've eaten more food. Mondays, for lots of people, are their best day. So let's cash in with that energy, right? Let's see what we can do to really move this forwards towards the end of the week. So Friday, I spoke about those habits. But what I didn't speak about was how they've developed and how you watching this video can develop them too. So if you want to achieve your health and fitness and overall lifestyle goals, then there is a pattern, there is a sequence, and there are steps that you can implement so that you don't go backwards, right? So that you actually get the results and stay there. That's kind of my long-term vision for you in watching this video. So good habits. Now I am still improving my habits, and I'm okay with that. I don't think I'm ever gonna never want to improve, at least incrementally, marginally, my habits. So I'm okay with that. That's a good thing to do. So maybe if you're watching this video and you're like, I really want to improve this habit, then good. And I think and I encourage you to do so, but I also encourage you to do so with a smile, all right, with a I can do this mentality, because it doesn't matter what the habit is. It's irrelevant. It can be examples, can be if you're boozing every night, if you're getting up late, or you're staying up late, yeah, because it's like, to stay up late, I'll get up late, I won't have energy, and then I'll sack off the workout. I won't have breakfast, and it all links in. Is my main point. Hey Paul, hey Claire, nice, and hey, and two Pauls on the call. Nice to have you on board. So what we want to be doing is the overall principle behind improving our habits, adding good habits in, or taking out poor habits, bad habits, you could say, is that we definitely want to see this as adding to our lifestyle. If somebody or something or ourselves feel like we're taking something away, then there may be a sense of lack, of you might feel like you're in a deficit. So, and this talks about this in the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. We want to be seeing what we're doing as adding to our lifestyle, either adding value to others or ourselves, or moving towards our bigger vision, or we want to be seeing this as a positive thing. And it links back to what I've already said a few moments ago. But if we feel like we're taking things out, if we feel like we're denying ourselves something, then ultimately that can sometimes mean that we don't stick to it. So just a little bit of a reframe before I go into the tactical stuff. So yes, habits. You will have them already. We all do. And if we want to improve and increase our good ones, then look at the ones that are solid, that are fixed. That can be examples. Work, like I turn up for work, like I'm on time for work. Things like that, clear, objective, maybe undeniable things. Things like, yeah, I need to go to work, right? I'm not going to not go to work. Things that are absolutely rock solid for you, okay? So you've got something to play with. We need order and certainty. It's like the ground I'm standing on. I wouldn't be making a Facebook Live if it was all wobbly, right? So we need some stability, some certainty, some structure to build this on. Now, what we do there with that is we add in said good habit. I had a client, an amazing woman called Heather, and she took her shoes, trainers to work. If you're watching this, Heather, correct me if I'm wrong. And after she finished work, she changed her clothes. So as soon as she got home, she went and did her walk. That's just an example. So there's a clear call to action. When I do A, I do B. Now, the benefits of that from that certainty and then inserting that in is we can clearly see if it does or doesn't happen. It doesn't take much conscious thought and effort and motivation for us to action. What we call the activation threshold is low. So it's not like I have to, really work hard. If you've got a stressful lifestyle, if you work long hours, if you're busy, any of these words, if you ever said any of those, the last thing we want to be doing is going a long way around with this stuff, because that can be a reason why we just sack it off, because we've not got all day. We've got other things to be getting on with. And to be frank, we've got other things that are more important to us. In my 20s, yes, exercise, competing internationally, like my health was massively important. In my 30s, maybe business, maybe it's relationship, maybe I'm different, right? So I need to make sure that I'm dialing into exactly what I want to achieve with what's important to me right now, because I'm not in my 20s now. I'm 37, right? I'm almost 40. Like, let's like have that conversation. Grow up. I don't want to be struggling with my diet and my motivation and my habits. Like, I'm a man. Like, start acting like one, right? So that said, you've got the certainty, and then you've got the clear call to action, and you've made it simple. Shrink that change, guys. Like, shrink it, make it simple. It's like I treat myself like I'm thick. You know, sometimes I am. I'm not always thinking, right? Sometimes, like, it's a good thing for me to do. It makes it easier, less stressful. Again, we've changed this into a adding benefit, so we don't feel like we're missing out. We've got that certainty, and then we've got that simple insert. Now, from doing that, we are able to get those incremental marginal gains over a long period. We're able to gather a bit of momentum, and ultimately, we're actually in a place where we can reduce our overall mental stress, which makes it easier when we want to do other things like reduce our alcohol. As an example, if you're eating to de-stress, then looking at the stress, it makes it easier to be able to do that rather than giving it up, only for it to show up time and time again. So that would be a simple practice called, it's kind of like habit stacking, you could call it, because it's more anchoring. And maybe I'll talk about habit stacking another time. But the next step would be that we've got one thing, and then two is that we then do three. Okay. The key thing is that we do it step by step, like implementation, not information. If I was to do like a 3 hour webinar or Facebook Live where I went through everything, be fine. I mean, the information's on Google. If you look hard enough for long enough, then you'd be like, where do I start again? And that wouldn't be good. It leads to confusion. So action this. Look at something that you do every day that's not going anywhere, and how you can add something that's small, manageable. I can make it clear, obvious, and add to your day. Like, you're in control of this stuff. What you do, how you show up, the results you get, you're completely in control of that. So make one simple change, give it a go for a week. And if you want a bit of accountability, just message me. Just say, you know what? I like that video. What I'm going to do is A, B, and C. I'm going to make sure it happens by doing X, Y, and Z. And by doing that, that's going to give me 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. Cool. Have a great day. Speak to you tomorrow.